Hello and welcome to the Weaktry Online Academy. My name is Chris and I'll be your tutor for today. In our previous video we looked at question 5, and in this video we look at question 6. This is the last part of this video for this paper. We look at Cambridge AS Biology paper 2-1 of the winter 2019, course code 9700. Question 6, outline the role of DNA polymerase in DNA replication. Okay, so there's three main enzymes you should know about in DNA replication. You've got your DNA helicase, which is unzipping the DNA. You've got the DNA polymerase, which is reattaching nucleotides to your template strand and your lagging strand to create a new strand of DNA. And you've got DNA ligase, which attaches the Akasaki fragments together to complete the DNA replication on the lagging strand during that process. But let's put this into more detail then. So to be specific then, what you could say here is that the DNA polymerase, okay, what happens is it attaches free nucleotides to an extending strand of DNA. Okay, so the idea is that it's building that new strand of DNA. Okay. Not only that, is that this helps promote complementary base pairing between the DNA sequence. So, so it promotes and creates the complementary base pairing. Complementary base pairing. Okay. Now you've also got to state the type of bonds that it does. Well, what happens here is that it creates the phosphodiester bond between the nucleotides. So phosphodiester bonds between the nucleotides. An added marking point here is that it can effectively correct any mismatching DNA sequences. So it can correct any mismatching DNA. Okay, excellent. Question B. Fluoxetine is a drug used to treat cancer. Fluoxetine inhibits DNA replication. Suggests why the inhibition of DNA replication is an effective treatment for cancer. Well, if you remember, the cells divide uncontrollably by mitosis. So if you're stopping actually DNA replication, you effectively are not able to carry out the S phase of the cell cycle. And if there's no S phase, there's no DNA being synthesized. And if you don't have enough DNA to synthesize, you cannot therefore undergo mitosis. So effectively, it stops mitosis. Okay, so if it stops the cancer cells from dividing, effectively your tumor is not getting any bigger. Okay, so therefore it's at least managing the form of cancer you're given. So, interrupts S phase of cell cycle. Okay, good. Question 2i. Fluoxetine prevents thymine nucleotides from being produced. Explain why fluoxetine does not affect transcription. Okay, well thymine is in DNA, okay? And for transcription, you are using RNA. So, RNA is used in transcription, okay? And does not contain T. Yeah, it has U instead. Does not contain T, but has uracil instead. Okay, uracil U instead. Okay, an easy 1 mark. Question C. Figure 6.1 is a scanning electron microscope of a lung cancer cell in the stage of the cell cycle. Name the stage of the cell cycle occurring in 6.1. So here you've actually got the separation of the cytoplasm here. You've got what's called a cleavage furrow here. This is clearly taking place in the process called cytokinesis. Question 2i. Explain why smoking tobacco increases the risk of developing lung cancer. Now remember when we did this in GCSE and in A-level, the idea is that the smoke contains multiple different carcinogenic substances. Okay, so you could say that the smoke contains carcinogenic chemicals. Okay, and if we remember, these are chemicals that can be called mutagens. Okay, and those mutagens can cause mutation. Okay, so can cause a mutation, changing or the base sequence of DNA, Okay. Now, what mutation could potentially cause cancer? Well, what happens here is that it could effectively turn off the tumor suppressing genes. Okay, so it turns off tumor suppressor genes. Okay, suppressor genes. Okay, you could also say converting proto-oncogenes to oncogenes as well. Okay, but as a result, this would effectively lead to your uncontrolled growth, uncontrolled mitosis in cells in airways. Okay, so it just really depends on where this mutation takes place. It could take place in the trachea, the bronchus, the alveoli, anywhere where any of your cells could have been influenced by these carcinogenic substances. Okay, excellent. Thank you for watching our video today. Please register on the website for a free demo, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.